class 12. This video lecture is on second unit, that is electric potential and capacitance. In my last video lecture, I shared with you what are the different types of capacitors, how we find the capacity of parallel plate capacitor, how we find the capacity of spherical capacitor, or how we find the capacity of cylindrical capacitor. As you know that capacitor is a device which is used to store charge or energy. So my today's video lecture is to discuss how we calculate how much energy a capacitor consists of, on what factors energy associated with the capacitor depends. Then after finding the expression for the energy associated with the capacitor, we will try to find the expression for energy density. Energy density means energy associated with unit volume. And then finally we discuss what is common potential. So today's first topic of discussion is expression for finding energy across the capacitor. Energy expression. Dear students, you know that whenever charge is transferred from one place to another, some work is required to do so. Maybe this work is done by external agency, maybe this work is done by internal agency. Similarly, if we have an uncharged capacitor, means we have a capacitor whose both the plates are not having any charge, and by any means we try to charge it, we try to give charge to these plates, definitely some work will be required. The work which we do to charge the capacitor remains stored in the capacitor in the form of electric potential energy. So to find the expression for electric potential energy of the capacitor, we will try to find how much total work will be required to charge the capacitor. Suppose we have a capacitor, maybe parallel plate capacitor, maybe cylindrical capacitor. So we are taking the example of parallel plate capacitor having plate area A and plate separation D. In the beginning, this capacitor is uncharged, means both the plates are not having any charge. We are providing a small Q charge to this capacitor at any instant. So this plate will have positive Q charge and this plate due to induction will acquire negative Q charge. As soon as this capacitor will be provided some charge, it will have some potential which is defined as charge upon capacity. So if due to the supply of charge Q, potential of the capacitor is that V dash, then at this moment when capacitor is having charge Q, its potential V dash will be Q by C. Now further, if we provide dQ charge to it, a very small amount of charge dQ is further given to it, the small amount of work which will do will be equal to supplied charge into potential, because work done is the product of charge and potential, that is Q by C into dQ. This is the small amount of work done when dQ charge is given to the capacitor, and this small amount of work done will be equal to a small amount of electric potential energy stored across the capacitor. Let me try to charge the capacitor up to capital Q value. So if when dQ amount of charge is given to the capacitor, this is the small work done. So when we will supply huge amount of charge to the capacitor, work done value will be very large. So hence potential value will be very large. So total work done or total electric potential energy of capacitor when charge up to capital Q value will be U will be integral of du, that is integral of dV, that is integral of dW, that is integral of Q by C into dQ. When in the beginning capacitor was uncharged, total charge of the plate will be 0. When finally capacitor will be fully charged, total charge on the capacitor will be Q. So total electric potential energy of the capacitor will be 1 by C will be outside integration of Q dQ between limit 0 to Q, that is capital Q square by 2. This is the first expression to find total energy stored across the capacitor. This is the expression in terms of total charge across the capacitor, either plate, and total capacity of the capacitor. Let when capacitor is having total charge Q, its potential is V. If now potential of capacitor is V, then Q is equal to C into V. So if we place the value of Q here, energy expression of the capacitor can also be written as C square V square by 2C, that is C into V square. This is the second expression to find energy stored across the capacitor. Similarly, if Q is equal to C by V, then C will be equal to Q by V. If we place here C as Q by V, we will get one more expression for energy at half Q into V. So these are the three different relations with the help of which we can find how much total energy a capacitor consists of. This formula is in terms of total charge and its capacity value. This formula is in terms of total capacity and total potential of either plate, and this formula is in terms of total charge and potential of the capacitor. So these are the three expressions with the help of which we can find the energy stored across the capacitor. Now, the same energy expression can also be found using graphical method. If in the board exam it is not mentioned that which method you have to use to find the energy expression, you can go for graphical method also. Since while we started discussing the capacity or capacitance, we shared a topic that charge and potential are directly proportional to each other. So mathematically, if charge and potential are directly proportional to each other, graphical relation between charge and potential will be in terms of straight line. If we want to know how much energy is stored across the capacitor from the graph, energy stored across the capacitor is equal to area of Q versus V curve, with this area of this portion. That is half into base into height. So this is the energy expression using graph. Since Q is equal to C into V, so when we replace Q by CV, we will get half CV square. Similarly, if we replace C by Q by V, we will get half Q square by C. So these are the simple method to find energy expression. This method you can use, provided in the question it is not given that use a mathematical method to find energy expression or use a graphical method to find the expression. Now dear students, if we have find the expression for energy stored across the capacitor, now we can easily calculate the expression for energy density. Energy density expression. Defined as energy stored per unit volume represented by small u. So mathematically energy density will be energy upon volume. We have find the expression for energy as half CV square. We have taken the parallel plate capacitor whose plate area was A and plate separation was D. So volume will be A into D. As we know, capacity of parallel plate capacitor is A epsilon naught by D. So replace C by A epsilon naught by D into V square by AD. A and A will cancel out each other. Half epsilon naught into V square by D square. V is the potential difference between them or potential of this plate, because this plate always remains connected with earth. So if potential of this plate is V, potential of this plate is 0, so potential difference will be V. D is the separation and the potential difference upon distance between them is another term known as electric field intensity. So expression for energy density finally is 1 by 2 epsilon naught into E square. What is E? Electric field intensity present between the plates. If it is positively charged, it is negatively charged. This is the direction of intensity. If between the two plates medium is other than free space or vacuum, or medium is other than free space or vacuum, expression will be 1 by 2 K epsilon naught into E square. What is K? Dielectric constant of the medium present here. So this is the expression for energy density, means energy stored across unit volume when medium between the plates is free space or vacuum, and this is the expression for energy density when medium between the plates is other than free space or vacuum. Now common potential. In first chapter we have discussed redistribution of charge phenomena. Suppose we have two conductors, one is charged, one is uncharged. When we connect between these two, when we join these two, or when we connect these two with the help of connecting wire, I told you in the first chapter that if both are identical, after redistribution process, this will have charge Q by 2 and this will also have charge Q by 2, because the total charge of the system is Q plus 0 means Q, half of this will be here, half of this will be here. Now question arises, why or on what basis we are saying that if both are identical, after redistribution process both will have charge equal and equal to half of the total charge of the system. Now we can easily explain, because you are aware with the concept of potential. Think in terms of potential. This is having charge, so this will have some potential value. This is not having charge, so its potential is 0. When both are touched with each other, when both are joined with each other, charge starts moving from high potential to low potential, till potential of both are not going to become equal. When charge moves from here to here, its potential decreases, its potential increases. There is a situation at which both will acquire same potential. At that moment, when both will acquire same potential, flow of charge stops. When both will be identical, then this situation will develop only when charges across each will be q by 2 and q by 2. That is why we said that if charges are identical, one is charged, one is uncharged, then the moment they are touched with each other, the moment they are joined with each other, due to redistribution process, both acquire same amount of charge after some time equal to half of the total charge of the system. But now we have two conductors of different dimensions. Let both are having charge. This is having charge Q1, this is having charge Q2. Its capacity is C1, its capacity is C2. Because dimensions are different, so capacities will be different. Let its potential in the beginning is V1, its potential in the beginning is V2. When both are joined with each other, when both are touched with each other, again redistribution of charge phenomena takes place unless or until both are not going to acquire same potential. That same potential which both will acquire after some time, after redistribution process, is called common potential. So what do you understand by common potential? It is the potential acquired by both the conductors after redistribution of charge phenomena. जैसे ही चार्ज यहाँ से यहाँ मूव करेगा, इसका पोटेंशियल घटेगा, इसका पोटेंशियल बढ़ेगा, इसका पोटेंशियल घटते घटते इसका पोटेंशियल बढ़ते बढ़ते जब एक वैल्यू एक्वायर कर लेगा, उसी पोटेंशियल को हम कॉमन पोटेंशियल कहते हैं. लेट इसका पोटेंशियल घटते घटते इसका पोटेंशियल बढ़ते बढ़ते v के बराबर हो गया, और इस v को हमने कहा क्या, कॉमन पोटेंशियल. देन न्यूमेरिकली कॉमन पोटेंशियल विल बी इक्वल टू टोटल चार्ज अपॉन टोटल कैपेसिटी. Total charge is Q1 plus Q2. Total capacity is C1 plus C2. So general expression for common potential is Q1 plus Q2 upon C1 plus C2. Because charge always remains conserved. So charge before the redistribution and charge after the redistribution should be equal. Before redistribution it was Q1 plus Q2, so after redistribution also it will be Q1 plus Q2. But after redistribution, let its charge becomes Q1 dash and its charge becomes Q2 dash. So if you want to know what is the charge across it after redistribution, Q1 dash will be equal to its capacity into common potential, that is C1 into Q1 plus Q2 upon C1 plus C2. This is the charge across first conductor after redistribution, and charge across second conductor after redistribution is C2 into V, that is C2 into Q1 plus Q2 upon C1 plus C2. This is the way to find total charge across each after redistribution, and this formula we have to remember always. Now special case, if Q1 is Q, Q2 is 0, पहला कंडक्टर चार्ज हो, दूसरा अनचार्ज हो. Charge across first conductor after redistribution, put here Q1 is Q, Q2 is 0. You will get C1 into Q upon C1 plus C2. And charge across second conductor, put Q2 0 here, C2 into Q upon C1 plus C2. These will be the charge across both the conductor after redistribution when only one bond is charged, one is uncharged. If Q1 is Q, Q2 is 0, एंड C1 एंड C2 आर इक्वल, मीन्स दोनों कंडक्टर सेम डायमेंशन के हैं, पहला चार्ज है दूसरा अनचार्ज है. पुट देयर Q1 dash will be C into Q divided by 2C, that is Q by 2, and Q2 dash will be C into Q divided by 2C, that is Q by 2. And this we have used in first chapter. जब दो कंडक्टर्स आइडेंटिकल हैं, एक चार्ज है दूसरा अनचार्ज है, तो आफ्टर रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन दोनों कंडक्टर पे जो चार्ज होगा वो टोटल चार्ज ऑफ द सिस्टम का हाफ ऑफ होगा. थर्ड केस, इफ बोथ आर आइडेंटिकल एंड बोथ आर हैविंग चार्ज, C1 is equal to C2, Q1 is Q dash, Q2 is Q double dash. Then what is the charge after redistribution across first? C into Q1 dash plus Q double dash divided by 2C, that is Q1 dash plus Q2 dash by 2. And charge across first second after redistribution will be C into Q dash plus Q double dash divided by 2C, that is Q dash plus Q double dash by 2. So if conductors are identical, whether one is charged one is uncharged, or whether both are charged, after redistribution process charge across each will be half of the total charge of the system. But if conductors are not identical, then these are the relations with the help of which we can find total charge across both the conductors after redistribution process. So whether conductors are identical or not identical, if they are joined with each other, they are touched with each other, why redistribution of charge phenomena takes place? Because of the difference of potential across these conductors. Up to what time charge redistribution takes place? Till both are not going to acquire same charge, same potential. The moment both will acquire same potential, redistribution of charge phenomena stops immediately. The potential at that moment associated with first or second will be known as what? Common potential, which is defined as numerically the ratio of total charge and total capacity. So dear students, this is all about today's video lecture. My next video lecture will be loss of energy during redistribution charge process as well as combination of capacitors. Please do like, share and subscribe my video channel, as well as while you see the video, if you like the video, please comment. When you comment on any particular video, it helps as a booster for me, so that I can or I try to give more and more basic knowledge to you people. Thank you.